And there's the Celtic lineup showing just the one change. McNally coming in for Grant, who just today, in fact, just looking at the caption, 5 changes: Cowan, Spackman, McCoist, Dodds and Spencer.
She would call it red humour. Thousands of Celtic fans came in with red cards and showed them to the Rangers fans. I thought that was rather funny. I hope that the atmosphere stays in a light vein rather than the nastiness we saw from last week.
So the teams coming out to a mighty reception. Elliott, who's been such an inspirational player, and Richard Gough. Well, 1 goal this season, that was the Gold Cup winner against Celtic. And so and you can already see Rangers have players queuing up, looking for Miller. But Celtic winning an early corner kick. Taking on Whyte. Showing great pace, getting to the line. Well taken by Pat Connor. Well, that was excellent play by John Spencer. And as he took the ball to the defender, got away from Derek Whyte, he got in a good cross, which was well handled by Pat Connor. Well, Johnston getting the touch for Rangers. Elliott had to be decisive. Carefully as Miller takes the kick with his right foot. Gough's above them all, the ball spinning high and awkwardly in the air. It's lost by Chris Woods. It's into the back of the net. It's a goal for Celtic. Seven minutes gone at Parkhead, and Anton Rogan. Well, Chris Woods appeared to have the ball come off the head of Richard Gough, spun easily into the air. Chris Woods seemed to have it. It dropped to Anton Rogan, and Celtic dramatically take the lead.
Well, that must go down as a very, very bad mistake by Chris Woods.
Points ahead of Aberdeen, and it's remarkable to think back to the beginning of the month when they had a chance to go 10 points clear in the match at Pittodrie. Suddenly the pressure is on, and he's a Graham Souness there.
Elliott before and was fouling Elliott, not playing the ball at all.
Well, this time Spackman getting it clear to Spencer. Shut down by Collins. A little ball forward. Joe Miller, the early cross. Well, Gerry Creaney so close to making it number 2. An excellent move by Celtic. The ball stabbed out to the right into the path of Joe Miller. He hit the early cross, and there was Creaney getting the touch. Spackman for Rangers. Nisbet to Spencer. Nisbet taking on Rogan. A good cross for Johnston. The ball deflected as he was challenged by Dariusz. The Rangers have the corner kick.
Well, Rangers finding the way onto that byline again on the right hand side. There was a lovely little ball coming in here from this, but bent it in, and Mo Johnston was annoyed really he didn't score from it.
Johnston with the corner, well taken by Pat Connor, but coming forward on the right, supported by Gary Stevens. There's Nisbet now, making a bit of space for himself, getting in the cross, the header, McCoist into the side netting, done by Gary Stevens. The cross away to the far post with McCoist racing in, and a high hook there from
very teasing ball to the back post, and really that was a whack there by Elliott. Put his foot right up and
long balls out of defence. Davie Dodds taking Joe Miller right out of the game. Well, this was so much of the problem last week. Rangers player.
I don't think Dodds can complain really. Joe Miller was flying through and he did deliberately pull him down.
Corner coming over the header. Richard Gough's header cleared off the line by Paul McStay.
There was a combination of McStay and Bonner there. We can probably see it here. And I think probably Bonner just got in front of it.
As Nisbet takes the corner. Swept away by Anton the right side of the field. He's been pushing further and further forward throughout this first half. Starting in the right back position, but pushing forward out every opportunity. Here he is with the free kick headed on. Great save by Bonner. Well, the flag up. Just coming in, but the flag going up and the free kick to Celtic. The ball headed on. Bonner just stopping it. Nisbet for Rangers to Spencer, McCoist, Nisbet. But at least the ball from the McNally's cross. Ball breaking forward. Going behind for the goal kick. Spackman for Rangers. Spencer. Spencer with the shot. Pat Bonner scrambling a bit. And the referee is calling over Tommy Coyne. A bit of a tussle there with Richard Gough, and it looks as though Coyne will be booked. And there's Coyne's challenge. The referee obviously not happy with it. And now speaking to the Elliott again. Now Elliott and Gough topple to the ground. The referee jumping in between the two players. The players squaring up to one another. Elliott there getting involved, putting his foot in. Gough
Then at the other end of the field as well. So I don't think either can complain.
Well, despite all the warnings after last week, 4 players cautioned. And there goes the half-time whistle. McCoist and Johnston. They get play by McNally. The shot going in, taking a slight deflection. Ian Ferguson. McCoist. Ferguson's shot. Well, not a bad effort from Gough on the far end of the penalty area, being watched by Elliott. McCoy's getting a touch, a chance for John Spencer, and it's cleared by Elliott. Well, what a chance for Spencer. The ball falling into his path right in front of goal. I think Ellie McCoist got the merest touch as the ball came over, and it was Paul Elliott to Celtic's rescue. There's McCoist getting the little touch. Anton Rogan, a long ball forward, looking for Tommy Coyne. It's 1 against 1. Coyne getting away from Davie Dodds. Tommy Coyne, he must score. Oh, he's forced wide. Still Coyne. Joe Miller. Joe Miller makes it 2-0 to Celtic. So 53 minutes gone. Parkhead erupts. Tommy Coyne in a 1 against 1 situation with Davie Dodds. He got past him, he got away from the goalkeeper. It looked as though the chance was lost. Coyne, remaining calm, puts the ball into the path of little Joe Miller, and it's 2-0 to Celtic.
Well, Coyne did ever so well there, holding a defender off, going round the goalkeeper. Showed terrific awareness there by stopping the ball, keeping it in play, and there was a lovely little cutback for Joe Miller to knock in. Rangers caught with a sucker punch, really.
A week ago today, the Celtic players were battling to keep the season alive in terms, again, as Miller prepares to take the corner, being watched by Gary Stevens and Richard Gough. Anton Rogan with the shot. Creaney has it. McStay, Miller's wide in the right. Miller racing in. Cut out by Richard Gough and behind for the corner kick. That was a lovely ball from McStay to Miller. Miller hitting the early cross. Shot corner this time. McStay driving it forward. Off the line by McCoist. It was Coyne's shot. Creaney. Gerry Creaney. Nope. The referee, in fact, has chalked it off. Driving it across the face of the goal. It was Coyne's shot taken off the line by McCoist. And then Creaney sending it forward. 1988 as in his form. And Rangers now, the chance on for John Spencer. It's cleared off the line by Anton Rogan. Right into the hands of Pat Bonner. Well, that's the second chance.
Can you believe this? I can't believe this, that Rangers are missing the chances like this. I mean, you're talking really just simple knock-ins. no Johnston, I think, on the line there, may even have helped his.
John Spencer patrolling hard. Up by Spackman. Here's Mo Johnston. Ball right into the hands of Pat Bonner. Season. And really a great chance for him there, but hitting the ball. And they're getting away from Cowan. Fine save by Chris Woods. Inside their own half. Good ball played to Miller. Showing great speed there to get away from the defender. McStay, the header! Tommy Coyne! .85 minutes! Tommy Coyne does it again. Joe Miller on the right. The ball played right across goal. A brilliant downward header. Tommy Coyne's 14th goal in 22 games. So we could be in for an exciting climax to a championship. Parkhead. Whistle. So warm handshakes between both sets of players.